Alright, what is up guys, and here and welcome back to another movie review, and today we're going to be talking about M3GAN. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm is kind to me and they don't, they don't mess me up, huh? Let's hope so. In Hollywood, we got to stop doing that thing where we mix the letters and numbers together to try to make a little word or a sentence. It's weird. Does that kind of make me a hypocrite because my YouTube handle is NA4? Maybe, but that's besides the point. That's not why we're here today, alright? That's not why we're here. So, yeah, I'm going to be letting you guys know my thoughts on the film. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it a pleasant surprise? Was it a flop? Is it a good way to kick off the new year? Well, let's talk about it. Honestly, realistically, this is a movie that should not succeed, because if you know, movies that are released in January, they typically don't perform all that well. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is that Avatar: The Way of Water is still in theaters, still making a buttload of money, so that's still its competition currently. And three, it's a PG-13 horror movie, so it definitely has a lot going against it, surprisingly, and I actually enjoyed it. Believe it or not, I actually enjoyed this movie. I think this is a movie that will unfortunately be forgotten about since it's still so early in the year. So once it hits like summertime, I don't see anyone really talking about this movie all that much. And there's just so many bigger movies coming out this year, like Across the Spider-Verse, Ant-Man, Quantumania, Scream 6, and so many, Creed 3, so it's so many bigger movies that'll come out this year that this one will kind of just feel like it's being like just pushed aside, kind of forgotten about in the long run. But that's just a given, I feel like. But I enjoyed the movie, man. I thought this movie was actually a pleasant surprise. I was a little worried about it at first because I'm like, you guys are really using this dancing scene as your selling point for this movie, and that's not a good thing. But somehow it's working. I don't know how it's working. The movie's performing pretty well as of right now, and the reviews are pretty solid, so I'm actually kind of surprised by that. And another thing I was kind of worried about was because I did a video a while ago, I ranked all the Chucky / Child's Play movies, and they made the Chucky remake movie like an AI killer doll type deal. So I was kind of thinking it would be similar to that, and it kind of is. And if you want to watch that movie to know my feelings towards it, go ahead and watch that one. But I don't know. The movie is kind of restricted and limited because it's PG-13. They can only do so much. So that kind of helps it and it kind of hurts it, because it definitely kills the gore aspect of it, but it leaves the opportunity open that, teenagers can go and watch it for themselves. They don't need IDs to go and watch the movie. So I don't know, it helps it and hurts it just a little bit. But I don't know, man. I think this is a movie that I enjoyed. If they make a sequel for it, I'd watch it. It's not something I'd say, oh, you have to rush to a theater to go watch. This isn't like one of those kind of movies. But if you want to go, if you got some free time, if you're like, yeah, I got a few extra dollars, why not go watch it with some friends? I think you'll have a good experience with it if you watch it that way. And like I said, it's not something you have to go see right away. I'm sure this movie will be on HBO Max or Netflix within a few months, because they've been doing that a lot recently, man. Like, literally by the time this is being recorded, you can literally watch Bullet Train, Uncharted, and Morbius all on Netflix right now. So that's kind of crazy. I did movie reviews for all those movies, so if you want to check it out. No, I'm just playing. Well, I gotta promote myself, why not, bro? But yeah, it's not something you gotta rush to see, honestly. And this movie is kind of weird in some regards, because on one hand, you're like, you think this is like a just simple horror movie, killer doll, AI type movie, which it is, but it also has like a whole like meaning to it, something like that. So it's like, oh, don't rely on technology. Oh, don't use technology 24/7 or it might come back to get you. Like something like that, dude. I don't know. It was strange. And it also has like a weird tonal issue. Like you're going into it thinking, okay, this is like a slasher horror movie, whatever. But this movie's very comedic, dude. So it's like this movie has a lot more comedy aspects to it than I expected. So that one will either make you happy or it'll make you just be like, okay, that's kind of weird. So I don't know. It depends on the kind of person you are. If you're like, you like comedy, then you'll like those aspects. But if you're someone who's just like, I just came here for a horror movie, all those jokes I can do without, then it might kind of piss you off. Who knows? It depends on the person you are. It depends on your mood. I don't know. It's fine. And this movie kind of does that weird thing where, like, if you've seen one of those movies that has like a genie in it or something, and then like you make a wish or something, and then it's like, oh, I wish for that. Like, what's happening? And it's like some type of consequence with it. This is kind of what that movie does, where they're like, oh, M3GAN, protect her at all costs, and then M3GAN's like, okay, at all costs, man, I'll do it. I'll protect her. So then like you'll like tap her shoulder, be like, oh, and then M3GAN comes out of nowhere and tries to like murder and massacre you. So it's kind of like that, like, oh, this is what you wanted me to do, you know, like you've seen it, you know, the movie cliche with the genies and stuff, like, oh, this is what you wish for, remember? And then I was like, no, like that's kind of what this is. So I don't know, it's a very simple premise, and I do like the fact that it is a new character, so that gives it a lot of potential for like sequels and future movies, and I like that because it gives me like that Art the Clown type deal, where like Art is still relatively new in the horror scene. It's not like another Freddy, it's not another Jason, it's not another Michael Myers. It's something new and fresh with the character. The only thing that holds it back is that it's like another killer AI movie, and it's like, I feel like we've seen this a lot now. And I didn't like it with the whole Child's Play remake. I think that was like 2019 or something like that. 2018, I don't remember. But I don't know. Like it feels like a story that's been told already, just with a new character. So that's literally the only thing that holds it back just slightly. But I did enjoy the movie, man. I thought this movie was a pleasant surprise. Like I said, I think the movie will be somewhat forgotten about, somewhat drowned back because of like all the bigger movies coming out. But I think the movie's fine, man. I think it's a good little watch. If they make a second one, I'll watch it. But the movie's gonna get about a I'll say a 7 out of 10. It's cool. But yeah, man, I'm in A4 and I am out. Peace.